My piggies are finally back! Welcome to From Center Ice. My name is Courtney, and AHL hockey returns tonight. And on the very same night that AHL hockey returns, the Rockford IceHogs are kicking off their regular season tonight in Grand Rapids. Because we can't have our home opener until November due to renovations happening at the BMO Harris Bank Center. The IceHogs have a ton of road games to kick off their schedule, and to also kick off their schedule, they have a good old back-to-back. They play in Grand Rapids tonight, and tomorrow, Saturday night, they are in Chicago to take on the Chicago Wolves, because they always play the Chicago Wolves. But with the return of AHL hockey and the return of Rockford IceHogs hockey comes the return of 3 questions. If you were around last season, you know how this goes. If you've paid attention to the last few videos that I've posted, you know how this goes. But if you are new here, first of all, welcome! I am so happy to see you. Second, 3 questions is very easy. Before each game, I pose 3 questions for that game. After said game, I come back, sit in front of this camera, answer those questions based off of how the team played, and then I pose 3 more questions for the following game. And then we just do that over and over and over and over all season long. It's a lot of fun for me. I hope it is also a lot of fun for you. But since the IceHogs have not played a game yet, I have 3 questions for the season as a whole. I will have 3 questions for game number 1 going up right after this video, so you can check that one out as well. But let's jump into the 3 questions that I have for the 2021-22 Rockford IceHogs. Question 1. Will the IceHogs special teams finish better than last season? This was also the first question for their pals, the Blackhawks. So both teams need to do better, but it would be very difficult for the IceHogs to do worse. So hopefully they do improve on that. On the power play last season, they finished 5th out of 6 teams in the Central Division. They had a power play conversion rate of 16.3%. That is not very good, so hopefully they can get that scoring started early and keep that going throughout the whole season. On the penalty kill, they also finished 5th out of 6 teams in the Central Division. They killed off 76.7% of their penalties. That also needs to improve, but the goaltending for the IceHogs is a lot better this year, and most of the guys have a year of experience under their belts now, so I'm hoping that both of these numbers will go up. If the team wants any sort of shot at success and not finishing last in the Central Division again, their special teams need to improve. Again, it'll be pretty difficult for them to do worse, but I'm not going to challenge the universe here because it has a strange way of just laughing at me and proving me wrong. Question 2. Can the IceHogs stop having completely disastrous second periods? Oh my goodness, this was one of the strangest and most aggravating trends throughout last year. And even prior to last year, it was a trend the year before that as well. They come out and you can kind of tell whether it's going to be a good game or a bad game based off of the first period. Sometimes they just come out flying and shooting the puck at the net without any sort of hesitation. Other times they don't look like they knew they were supposed to be playing hockey that night. But typically, regardless of what the first period looked like, they would enter the second period and just drive the IceHogs bus just right off the cliff. Say you're super tired and you want to watch an IceHogs game, definitely tune in for the first period, but for the second periods, you could always just take a nap and then wake up for the third period. Then you could miss the horror show, but I'm hoping that they can remedy that this year. We shall see. Question 3. Who will come out on top as the starting goaltender for the Rockford IceHogs? So I just said that the IceHogs had better goaltending this year than they did last year. And while that is true that they are improved in net, they have 4 goaltenders. The guys that we expected would be here are Cale Morris and Arvid Soderblom. They do happen to both be here, but then the Chicago Blackhawks just sent down their spare 2 parts in Colin Delia and Malcolm Subban instead of trading one of them, and both of them made it through waivers. So now we have 4 goaltenders on the Rockford IceHogs. If they really wanted to, they could have a home goalie tandem and an away goalie tandem. I'm sure that's not how it's going to work out. It would be kind of funny if it was, but they have 4 goalies to rotate through. So does one of them get traded or otherwise moved throughout the season? It is quite possible. Throughout the course of 82 games in the NHL, there are usually a few teams that have to search out a goaltender. But for the meantime, we have 4. So which one is going to play the best and be the starting goaltender for the Rockford IceHogs. Before we knew who was all going to be in the net situation, I would have put my money on Arvid Soderblom. I wanted Cale Morris, but you know, that's coming from a place of bias because I really enjoyed watching him last year. But Colin Delia has a lot of experience in the AHL and with the Rockford IceHogs, and he is a fan favorite. I am very intrigued to see who is going to get the starting nod tonight for game number 1, but when they do head back home to the BMO Harris Bank Center in November, it would not surprise me in the least if Colin Delia was in net for the home opener. So those are my 3 questions for the 2021-22 Rockford IceHogs season. Do you have any questions about this season? Put them in the comments. I would love to read all of them. If you want to hear more from me or from Center Ice, you can head on over to FromCenterIce.com. There's links to absolutely all of the places where you can find us over there. But if you are more of a social media person and want to follow us on all of those platforms, those are all linked for you down in the description. If you are not subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and do that right now and hit the like button on this video because that would make me very happy. All of that being said, thank you so very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it, and I will catch you all after game number 1. Bye guys.